Welcome back, peeps. So this certainly did not go as planned, nor is it part of our budget for our van build. But this morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, as I was working on this project right here that you see, we were facing our cabinets and getting our drawer areas all sorted out, we suddenly heard a whole bunch of banging and clanging, and it honestly scared the bejesus out of me, to the point where I was opening the side door to see if somebody was out there, I was going around to the back of the van and checking out that side to see if somebody was there. Dude, there's nobody out here, it's pitch black. So this morning, we came outside in minus 24-degree weather, started to fire up our furnace and heard that noise all over again. And we've come to learn that unfortunately our Rixen heater system has failed. So when you fire up this Rixen heating system, the first thing you hear is the fuel pump starting to pump fuel out of the gas tank into the burner unit. The burner unit will then fire up and start heating the coolant that's in the coolant loop system. The coolant gets pushed by that pump and pushes it through the system, which in turn provides you with the hot air and the hot water for inside your van. And in our particular circumstance, we can hear that fuel pump ticking, meaning it's trying to pick up fuel. Then we hear the burner actually does fire up and start, meaning it's receiving fuel, but then it shuts down. And all these lines that are close to the burner, as well as just outside the floor of the van, are all hot. But the lines outside of that are cold, meaning it's not circulating with the pump. The burner unit keeps shutting off thinking it's at temperature when really nothing is. And it seems this pump has failed. We've owned this system for more than 5 years now. That pump is no longer on warranty, which means I have to pay for it as well as the shipping. Not a cheap part, nor is it close by.
Tomorrow, day 2, day 3, day 4.
Our new parts arrived. And can you believe it shut us down for this long? All because of one little piece like this. But there is some upgrades done to it as well with the new Rixens pump. So I don't know if that means there was problems with them or what, but this is actually a 2-speed pump now, which means it comes with 3 wires to hook up, where this was a variable speed pump with only 2 wires to hook up, positive and negative, and it has this little dial on the bottom side of it that you would adjust the speed with. And I just kept it pretty much at the middle point, so I guess you'd consider that like medium flow. So with a 2-speed, you basically like medium flow or high flow. But before we even talk about that, we now have to pull that pump out of our hydronic heating system and put this new one in place. And given the placement of that pump, I sure am glad where we installed that valve right there on the bottom of the tank. So when you buy this Comfort Hot system, it just comes with a plug in the bottom side there. And we decided, just thinking forward, that potentially maybe you'd want a valve on there in case you ever had to drain it off. Man-made things do break, it just happens. So now we're just gonna take an old piece of hose, hook it up, run it out of the van, cut it to size, and give it something to drain into. Oh yeah, it's working perfect. Now the thing is, I think it might fill up that 4-liter jug.
Shoot, where's that other jug? Where's that other jug?
Alright, we better go shut it off. Did we make it in time? Oh no, we overflowed. Oh no, we overflowed a lot. Shoot. And although that was a great idea for getting this tank emptied, this pump, as you see, is still well below the height of that tank, so it's still full of coolant in those lines. The pump itself, So when I pull it apart, it's still probably gonna be a bit of a messy job. So we'll stick this in there to hopefully catch some of it anyways. And we'll start pulling it apart. Alright, let's see what happens here. Whoops. Oh, shit. Told you it's gonna make a mess. Okay. Alright, I think our drain pan's gonna work. And now we pull the pump out. Out with the old and in with the new. And as easy as that, that new pump is now installed. So now it's time to hook it back up to power. Now we have a 2-wire system, positive and negative, and the new pump being a 2-speed pump is a 3-wire. Red wire being your positive, the brown wire being your negative, and the white wire is what you call the PWM wire. So this is what dictates the speed that your pump's gonna run at. So if you go white with red like that, you're gonna get medium flow, and you go white with brown, you're gonna get the high flow. And as mentioned, we're gonna go for medium flow. Pause that if you need to. We're hooking up my electrical. I just got this wire fly kit, and I just use the male plug and the female plug for whichever gauge wire you're using, and they just plug together just kind of like that. A good set of crimping pliers, a good set of wire strippers, and a torque so we can heat shrink. And with that being said, we should have power. So now we'll push constant heat, whoops, which lights it up like that. I can finally hear the pump going again. That's good news. Then we'll hit furnace, turn the heat on. I did put a rag underneath just to catch, because it is going to gurgle and burble for a little bit. Now we're just waiting for that furnace to kick on. And there it is. So it's done the full loop. I can feel our lines starting to get warm. You can also feel the fluid pumping through the lines. I will tell you, it definitely doesn't take long to start making heat in this thing. And I am gonna get back to the project I was working on before we had this unexpected project. So if you wanna see those kitchen cabinets, hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit all those things, and we'll see you on the next video. Perfect.